Hey everyone, it's Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a 12 by 12 scrapbooking layout for you, and this is for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop and blog. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to find Scrapbook Nerd online. I'm going to be scrapbooking this photograph that I showed you here, which is printed at 4.5 by 3.5 in portrait. And I had this idea that I wanted to use this technique of using painter's tape to kind of create an area with color and then an area with no color, so stripes basically, using Distress Oxide inks. So I wanted to use the color inspiration from the Crepe Paper Wild Heart collection because I really wanted to use those sunglasses. I'll explain that here in a bit, but I really liked the color palette from the collection and I wanted to use that. And you can find this collection over in the shop at Scrapbook Nerd. I am going to take my Distress ink tool and I am going to just take 4 different colors of Distress ink. I'm starting here with Tattered Rose. And then I'm going to use a few other colors, including Faded Jeans, Antique Linen, and Bundled Sage. And those colors are going to, like I said, create the background color palette for this layout and complement the colors in the collection. So you're just going to see me going in with my Distress Oxide inks, and I'm just going to be going ahead and spreading that around the layout. Now, this is some Basil Marshmallow cardstock. It's quite thick. If you've never used this before, it's perfect for mixed media. I'd say that it is my second favorite thick cardstock. The other is the Vicky Boutin paper that you can get. Her mixed media paper is also really terrific, and these two papers are great for mixed media layouts. So you can see there, I'm just blending out this ink, and I am now just going to take my water, my Distress ink water spritzer, and just spritz some water on there and pick up that excess water. And now you can see that I'm just going to ever so gingerly remove that painter's tape so that I don't pick up any of the paper. I've also, and I can't remember if I've done this already, but if I haven't, I'm going to do just some sewing with some white thread on the edge of each one of those colored strips. And now what I'm going to do is take this sunglass paper from the small pattern paper pad from the collection, and I'm just going to fussy cut out some of those sunglasses. Now, I don't know if you can see this. You probably can't because the photo is I feel like I probably overexposed it a little bit when I did my edits on the photo, but the t-shirt that Brady's wearing says wedding day to-do list. And it says, wear the shirt, kiss the bride, raise the glass, and wear the shades. And this photograph was taken at their rehearsal dinner. And he had this on. It was a super hot day. It was over 30 degrees Celsius, and he had his sunglasses on. But you can see that, I don't know if you can see, they're in his hand. I probably should have had him keep them on just for the sake of the idea of the t-shirt. But anyways, he took them off. And I just thought that this was a really cute idea with these sunglasses with that t-shirt. So I'm going to, you can see now I've got those all fussy cut, and I'm just going to put one flat, and then the next one I'm going to just put it kind of at a diagonal or an angle to the first one and on some foam adhesive, and then the next one will be flat, and then the next one will be foam adhesive, etc., so that every second one is raised up off of the layout a little bit. You can see that I matted the photograph with just a little bit of white tissue paper as well, just to put a really subtle layer of texture behind that photo, and that photo is going to be popped up on some craft foam as well to give it a little bit of dimension off of the layout as well. I just wanted quite a light, airy layout here with lots of white space. I love the colored strips there in the background. Just give it just a little bit of extra pizzazz and detail in the background. It's subtle, but it's enough of a detail that I think it's enough. And I'm just going to stick my craft craft foam backing on that photo down with some Tombow mono and just give that a good press. Now, I didn't want to use a frame on this layout, but I did want to just accentuate the edges of the paper a little bit. So you can just see that I'm taking my Faded Jeans Distress Oxide ink and I'm just taking my Distress ink tool. I'm just going around and putting a little bit of definition on the outside edges. One of my favorite designers, Chamel, does that all the time with her layouts. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great way to give a little bit of definition to your edges and using a color that's in your color palette. So that's what I did there. Now I'm going to use some of the foam thicker phrases from the collection as well. And I'm going to, first of all, I'm thinking I'm going to put sweet to do fun or something like that. And then I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. So it becomes sweet I do fun. And the words I do are from Pink Fresh. Those are some of the small puffy alphas from Pink Fresh that you can find over in the Scrapbook Nerd shop as well. I'm going to take a few of the little leaves that are in the ephemera pack, the die cuts from the Wild Heart collection. I'm going to just add those as a bit of a cluster to the right of the photo, just to balance off the sunglasses that are on the left. I wanted to just kind of create a little bit of a balance there. And so there's kind of three sort of focal point areas. There's going to be the sunglasses, the cluster to the right, and then the title piece where the journaling is going to be at the bottom. I'm going to take one of those really cool little clips, paper clips that come in this collection as well. And I love this one. It says love. And I wanted to work in a little bit more of the pink there as well. And that is going to be just about it. I'm going to add a couple of other little bits and pieces, for example, some journaling strips. And I'm going to add a little sticker from the sticker sheet and a few little, did I say? I think I said my journaling strips just to the bottom. And that's going to be it. The layout is very, very simple. It was really easy to create this. I will repeat myself by saying that I definitely love white space on my layouts. I don't always do this, but it's fairly common. The more I scrapbook, the more my style becomes a little bit more evident, I guess, to me. Sometimes, when you're watching somebody scrapbook, their style is so clear and obvious to you as someone who's watched them. But for me, as my style evolves and develops over time, I definitely see common threads that, come through. Definitely loving lots of white space lately, or in the last couple of years anyways. You know what? I started out as a creative memories girl. A lot of you probably did too. And yeah, my style has definitely evolved, that's for sure. I'm sorry if I apologize for that great big nasty ugly bruise on my arm. You can probably see that in some of the frames, and you're probably wondering what the heck. I had a CT scan about a week ago or so, and where they injected the contrast dye, it really, really bruised my arm. There's nothing wrong with me. My CT was perfect. I am healthy as far as I know, or as far as that CT scan could tell. No worries at all. It was just a precaution that my doctor was taking for something else that was going on, and everything is kosher. But that's why I have that ugly bruise. Guys, that's the layout for today. I decided not to use this paper as a frame, as you can see, now that the layout's all done. Now I do have some still shots here for you coming right up. So if you want to stick around for those still shots, you can take a look at some up close of the layout. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have an amazing day. And don't forget to hop over to Scrapbook Nerd. The link is in the description box below. Have a great day. Bye-bye.